Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's happening? Tonight I'm on location in a very, very, very nice establishment called Fricker's Bar and Grill. That's what it's called, right?
Yep.
Something like that. They got some nice, good food and all that stuff, and some very beautiful women serving here. Um, but tonight we're gonna talk about our Chicago Bears, and here to talk about it with me is my brother, a very, very, very big football fan, Alan.
What's going on, y'all?
So tonight's topic is how good can the Chicago Bears defense be in 2018? So I'm gonna give my brother's opinion on it first.
Okay. With the Chicago Bears defense, during last season, they finished 10th ranked defense overall. With the pieces they picked up in the offseason and in the draft, I figured they could be at the most maybe seventh ranked. I mean, it's still going to be a while to go.
So you saying like the Bears can finish higher than 10th on defense?
Yeah. I mean, you didn't lose a lot of pieces. You just
And you get Vic Fangio back.
Exactly. So you didn't lose a lot of pieces, and you picked up one of the best linebackers in the draft, who was actually
Roquan Smith played in the national championship game.
exactly. So now you got a piece and sitting in the middle that can actually help out. And with that, like you got your cornerbacks, you got Kyle Fuller back, you got Princeton Mukamura back, you got Eddie Jackson coming off a good rookie season, you got Adrian Amos coming off a good season. So your secondary is
Matter of fact, Adrian Amos was the top rated safety in football last year.
exactly. So Amos was a top rated safety in all of football, and everybody thought it was going to be Harrison Smith. That's incorrect.
And Harrison Smith a beast, we know that.
And he was the second ranked safety in the league. So Adrian Amos got the nod for the best safety. Eddie Jackson, he still got some growing to do, but with the work he did, especially in the Carolina game, with the interception return
That was his best game of the season.
for the 76 yards, and then the fumble return for 75. I mean, what better position can you
The
be?
defense picked up the offense in that game.
Exactly.
Like, all I'm saying is this. Like to piggyback off what he's saying, like we got the linebackers to do good work. We got the secondary to do good work. The offensive line, Goldman, Akeem Hicks. Who I'm missing?
You mean the defensive line?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Forgive me. Defensive line. Eddie Goldman, Akeem Hicks, Jonathan Bullard,
Yep, Jonathan Bullard,
Roy Robertson Harris. We got guys that's interchangeable that can come in and play. The Bears are still playing in the 4-3 scheme, right?
No, they're in the 3-4.
Oh, the 3-4. I'm tripping. Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Because
now,
Vic Fangio played 3-4 in San Francisco, right?
yes, sir.
Okay.
That was because when Vic Fangio was in San Francisco, that's when we got to see Navarro Bowman and Patrick Willis
yeah.
together on the same field at the same time. Both of them middle linebackers. So we know with that 3-4 defense, the Bears can put two middle linebackers in there. They got Danny Trevathan and Nick Kwiatkowski, if I say his name right. I mean, Nick Kwiatkowski, he stepped in and did
It's funny you mentioned him because I was just about to ask you, right, when Roquan Smith is already NFL ready. And then you got Danny Trevathan and Leonard Floyd,
John Timu.
Where's Nick Kwiatkowski gonna fit in all this?
Well, I figure with Nick Kwiatkowski, I think he's going to have a role to where he might be the number 2, but you never know because they want to try and give Roquan Smith some time on the field too, just so he can get that knowledge of the game and get that game speed to where like he's the first overall pick. You're not just going to sit him down and not do nothing with him. Unless it's like a quarterback or something, you got an established quarterback. You're not just going to sit your established one down just to start the rookie. But in this case, it's a linebacker. You're going to have your guy that's been there, that knows the system. You want him in first, kind of just get the wheels going. And then he's going to work Roquan Smith in. Then we're just going to see who plays better. If it happens to be Roquan, then it'd be Roquan. If it happens to be Nick Kwiatkowski, then he'll be the one that solidify that spot. but they're still going to try and rotate in Roquan Smith just so they keep things fresh, just so they keep offenses guessing of what's coming, who's coming. Because on the other side of Leonard Floyd, you got Aaron Lynch. Now, Aaron Lynch, on the other hand, I didn't see this film from San Francisco. This dude is explosive off the line, and I mean explosive, and he can hit. So we picked up a hitter with some speed to complement Leonard Floyd, who's the hitter and got some speed. So our edge linebackers are going to be rushing off the line to get to the quarterback. So they're going to have to pick one of the linemen or whoever's guarding them is going to have to pick up somebody, and somebody might be free.
Okay, now let me ask you this. Do you all these additions, I mean, now we're not talking about the offense. We'll cover that at a later time. But, like, do you think this defense is good enough to challenge Aaron Rodgers at Green Bay? Can we, I'm not saying sweep, but can we be good enough to at least stay with them? Like, get even the Minnesota Vikings. Can this defense be good enough to, get in the backfield and get to Kirk Cousins? Or a guy like Matthew Stafford, gunslinger type quarterback like him? What do you think about that?
Well, as far as Minnesota goes, they still pretty much have the same offensive line. So they really didn't have to do much there.
And now Dalvin Cook coming back too, though.
Exactly. So it's going to be a lot different with the backfield looking a little different instead of it just being Lamar. What's his name? Murray.
Latavius Murray.
Latavius Murray. I'm sorry. But it's going to be different. We know Dalvin Cook's coming back, Latavius Murray in the backfield, so they're going to be interchanging them too.
And then there's Detroit.
Yep, with Detroit, you got LeGarrette Blount now. So that's your bruiser. Now you got a running back in Detroit because Amir Abdullah is not cutting.
You, if you want a bag, they have that up at the hostess stand.
Amir Abdullah is not
together
cutting.
separate?
This is the same check.
Same check? Okay, I'll get it right out.
So
Thank you.
With Detroit's offensive line is kind of shaky, but they were solid enough to really like put it together towards the end. Excuse me, I'm trying to get this stuff out of my eye. But with Detroit's line, I think the Bears will dominate their line. With Minnesota,
Easier said than done, man.
yeah, that's true. But with Minnesota, you gotta,
There's that. Take your time whenever you're ready.
Thank you.
Minnesota's line, you gotta really put the pieces in there. You put the time and effort. You're gonna get back there to Kirk Cousins. With Green Bay, that offensive line is atrocious. So I'm pretty sure the Bears defense.
But Aaron Rodgers got good escapability, man.
But when it came down to Leonard Floyd got him several times in both games. No, actually in that one game that he played last year.
The Thursday night game, right?
Yep, the Thursday night game. And then the second game, Aaron Rodgers wasn't there, but he got to Hundley. So the Bears defense they can cause pressure on anybody in that division. So that's my take on
Okay,
Bears
so
defense.
last question. Looking at the schedule, you've seen it, right?
Okay.
What is the realistic possibility for this Bears defense? Where can they finish? And could this possibly be a playoff team this year?
I would say
If you factor in the offense, which we'll cover at a later date, can the defense help make the Bears a playoff team?
I think the defense, for the most part, is the lifeblood of the team right now because of the performance they put up last year. I mean, the whole team is going to build around them to where if they're still going at the same rate they were going last year, they're going to build off of that. And with them building off of that, the offense is going to build more. With the key additions they put on offense, I think it'll help complement the defense because with the defense, they're gonna put some pressure on any team they go against. But I'm going at least 9-7, 9-7, maybe 10-6. But you might see them creep out of the playoffs just slightly, maybe a game, 2 teams out, or maybe they might sneak in and be in a wild card.
So you saying like this Bears team had a potential to be good, but they're not quite at that point just yet, maybe a year or two away?
Yeah, I said a year or two away because I mean you still got guys that you need to learn the system, but you know, it'll all come together when they all do it, get together and make the chemistry and all that stuff. So it'll all come together.
All right, there you have it, folks. Let me know what y'all think about the Bears defense in the comments. Let me know your opinions, and we'll check back with you all later and with some more Bears news. So, for my brother Alan Royal,
Peace out, y'all.
y'all have a good night. Take it easy.